Our community has long been known for its ability to successfully respond to the challenges of the times. Today we face increasing energy costs, climate changes, and faltering economies. Recognizing that it's the people of a place that make it succeed, we thought we'd go talk to some locals and find out what they're doing to handle these issues. So Emily, rumor has it that you lived for a year on only food grown or that came from 250 miles of where you live. Is that true?
Yeah, for the most part, that is very true. What about coffee? What about chocolate? You know, that sounds horrible. You know, I would never want to do that. But the benefits to eating local food at all, I guess, are well, they're very numerous. One is to put money into your local economy. Every dollar that you spend in a grocery store gets divided up between middlemen, between shipping and costs of transportation. Between warehouses that hold on to produce or other, you know, food items. Whereas every dollar that you spend at one of these farmers market booths goes directly to the farmer or back to the farmers market. Mm-hmm. So part of that is about supporting local economy. And that person can then take that dollar and put it back into a local business or back into something that might eventually come around to you. And it helps to strengthen local, you know, it helps to strengthen cities and towns to have a strong local economy. And it helps, you know, there's something to self-sufficiency and being able to provide for your own community. So it's supporting the idea of that. It reduces energy costs because you're not, the average piece of food that sits on an American's plate has traveled over 1,500 miles from where it was picked to their spot, and so clearly, to eat all these local foods, you're cutting the cost of that transportation, right. Both in money and in pollution, you know.
What kind of gas mileage do you get?
About 60 miles a gallon.
60 miles to a gallon?
Uh-huh.
That feels good, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
Not as good as the mileage you get there.
Yeah, I probably, well, you know, I eat a lot. That works out.
This is a smart car. This particular car was manufactured for European specifications, and we had it modified for U.S. use. You know, the original design was just meant as a commuter car. They realized that they analyzed what second cars usually are needed for, and it's usually just for one person with a briefcase, and this certainly covers that. It carries two people, and there's room for groceries.
It runs on 100% fryer oil, waste fryer oil.
Really?
And it can actually run on any oil. But yeah, we get all of our oil from restaurants in their fryer traps. When they dump them out, they all have barrels in the back. I play bass with the Shook Twins. Yeah, and we've been a band for about a year. And last spring, I bought this bus and we started touring. We've been touring all summer, and we've gone about 13,000 miles all around.
Freedom.
It's been a lot of fun.
Freedom fried folk. It's free, and it's free.
It makes it affordable to travel around the country in a bus. That's the only way. Yeah, we've been touring. We put about 12,000 miles on pure vegetable oil this summer since we got it in May, and been touring all about the western states. Well, it has to be a diesel engine, because diesel engines work on compression, and the vegetable oil has a high enough viscosity. If you heat it, if you get it up to like 170 degrees, it acts the same as diesel. And actually, Rudolf Diesel, the originator of the diesel mechanic, first created his engine to run off of peanut oil. So like vegetable oil is the true diesel fuel. We average 8 to 10 miles to the gallon in this bus.
On a whole like 40-day tour, we spent maybe $400 total on all diesel. And that's going all the way down to California and back.
All right, well, so this is the our international engine. Our bus's name is Gaia, and everything's the same. It's all, the diesel system is completely intact. The only thing that's changed is that we've spliced into the fuel lines here, and we have this is a block heater that all of our vegetable oil goes in. Once it's an auxiliary heater, it's heated in a tank which is mounted back inside the bus, and it runs with the coolant lines, so it gets as hot as your engine temperature is. And then when you flip the switch, it starts drawing from the vegetable oil tank, brings it back, and it actually crosses it through this pad heater once more before it gets injected into the engine, just to make sure that it stays at around 190 degrees. These are all pieces that you can buy offline or at the hardware store.
I think people should make themselves aware, get smaller cars, do more walking, promote green initiatives in the city government.
How can we make our downtowns and our urban centers more attractive, more functional, and more pedestrian friendly, trying to provide spaces where people can live and work and shop and recreate and get entertainment, all without having to get in their car and going from point A to B to C to D to E. The actual automobile challenge and the fact that we've been growing in this single modal transportation, direction, is that when you have your car at home and you have to drive 6 or 8 places during the day, not only are you clogging up intersections requiring wider roads with more stormwater runoff and more patching and more repairs and asphalt, but you're also, you need parking spots at all these places you're going to. It's one of the issues we're considering right here at Sandpoint today, and that is parking regulations in our downtown.